Hello, this is Bronwyn Ailey, University of Illinois Extension Local Food Systems and Small Farms Educator for Unit 24 located at the Dixon Springs Ag Center. And today is Friday, April the 17th, and I'm bringing you the third installment of the video update for progress on projects being worked on in the high tunnels at the Dixon Springs Ag Center. The strawberries in the vertical stacks have definitely found their home in these new buckets, and you can see they are ranging in stages of growth anywhere from ripening fruit to green fruit to flowering. And again, with these stacks we are looking at three different substrates. This one is 100% cocoa coir compared to this stack, which is 100% perlite. And the third mix is a 50-50 blend between the perlite and the cocoa coir. So I will continue to bring you weekly updates on the progress of the strawberries. And again, this is an ever-bearing variety called Monterey that we use in this system. The indeterminate tomatoes planted in the Dutch buckets have definitely greened up and grown since last week's video update. So you can look down the line. We see the single plants of these types in the Dutch buckets. And as we pan over to this row, I just planted a few bell peppers. We're looking at some different colored bell peppers in the hydroponic system, and for those I put 2 plants in each bucket. And we look further down and we see the other indeterminate tomatoes that were set in the buckets previously. You also note the row cover on the ground here. This past week we've had pretty low temperatures, dipping down into the lower 30s several nights this week. And Monday night the tomato plants were covered with this row cover as a precaution to make sure that we didn't have any frost or cold injury to these plants, especially as tender as they are in this system. And we've kept this row cover in place this week, monitoring the forecast, so it's ready to go and cover the plants for an evening that we feel may need extra protection from the row cover. As we move into the in-ground raised bed tunnel here at Dixon Springs, we'll see that the determinate tomato variety trial that I set out 2 weeks ago has definitely grown in the past 2 weeks. The plants are really dark green, and the leaves are really spreading out nicely, forming a nice plants that are almost as wide or wider than they are tall, which is exactly what we want to see. See the growth. I don't know if you can tell from this video angle or not, but I can definitely see changes or differences in the growth patterns, both the height and the diameter of the leaf canopy across these different varieties. If we look at Jolene, it's a lot taller plant. The leaf canopy isn't quite as spread as wide across the bed. And then compared to the next variety in this block, the BHN 589 is definitely a lot more compact plant. It's shorter, and the canopy is definitely spread out compared to the other one. I don't know if this angle helps represent that any better or not. One thing that I did note, and I'm not really sure, to be honest, what the difference is, but this row on the left, which is the first row in the 4 rows of the replicated trial, these plants don't look like they have taken off as well as the plants in the other 3 rows. Their stems are not as thick. They still look somewhat spindly. Their leaf canopy is not filled out They still look a little tall and leggy. All 4 of these varieties received the same pre-plant fertilizer application. They were all planted at the same time. This row last year was in cucumber production, whereas the other 3 rows were in tomatoes. So not really sure what's going to go on here. We're going to keep monitoring this and see how these plants progress through the season. You'll also note we have row cover laid out in here, just like we did in the other tunnel. Again, this is for protection from these really cold nights that we've had in this past few days. We just use that as precaution. Again, we covered one night this week, but we've kept them here throughout the week because the temperatures have been continuing to want to dip into the low 30s. We'll move over here and look at the peppers. Last week we planted the pepper spacing study, looking at the same bell pepper variety in both of these 2 rows. The only difference in this is spacing. We're looking at 12-inch, 18-inch, and 24-inch spacing in both a single and a double row. The single plots are on the row to the left, and the twin rows are in the bed in front of me. Then we've also added just some observation plots of some different types of peppers. We have the sweetie blend, so the small snacking pepper, a banana pepper, I believe there's a poblano type and a jalapeno type pepper down through the length of this row. And then the final bed, we've started planting some different flowers. We always like to include some cut flowers in this tunnel. We like to look at the different ways that the cut flowers respond in the high tunnel situation. And so with that, I will conclude this week's video update that I've decided to call Local Food Happenings at Dixon Springs Ag Center. Hopefully you're getting used to my video technique while I'm here by myself and continuing to practice the social distancing. Maybe my video skills will be improving as well. Everybody stay safe and have a good week.